Welcome to this course on ethics. This is a short course which introduces the discipline ethics, and we treat ethics here as a branch of philosophy concerned with the ways of thinking philosophically about morality. We all make moral judgments, we all talk about actions, behavior, conduct of other people, and also about ourselves. We say that that person is right, he is a good man. In all such occasions, what we actually do is that we are passing a judgment which is a moral judgment, and ethics as an academic discipline deals with such moral judgments and tries to examine the basis of such observations. The term ethics is derived from the Greek word ethos, and the term morality is derived from the Latin word mores, and they mean custom, habit, behavior. They stand for various things like this. So, there is an obvious connection between custom, habit, behavior, conduct, character. These are all interrelated terms. So, in this course we are also trying to see their interrelationships, as these interrelationships are understood by different ethical frameworks, different theoretical frameworks. But primarily we are treating ethics as a philosophical study of morality which involves reflection. So, what I mean by reflection is that it is not just a commonsensical appraisal of human behavior or conduct, rather we have to come up with reasons why do we call a certain kind of an action or a certain class of actions as right in opposition to certain other kinds of actions which are wrong. And as I mentioned, ethics deals with the ways of thinking philosophically about morality and what distinguish moral from the immoral. There are several moral principles which we follow. Where do we derive those principles from? Are these principles based on reason alone, universal rationality alone, or do we actually derive them from our religious beliefs and customs, or there are certain social norms which every society would follow, every society would consider as very important. So, we raise certain questions like this. So, in that process we learn what is right, what is acceptable behavior in a social context, and what is unacceptable behavior in the same social context. So, these categories of behaviors, acceptable and unacceptable, they always have an implication to our moral foundations. In this course we are trying to understand these things, and we are trying to examine the basis of such categorization. So, all such questions we can address in as part of this course, and we basically what we are trying to do is that we are not trying to find answers to this questions, but rather we are trying to see how different theoretical frameworks have taken up these questions, examined them, and found answers to these questions. So, what this course plans to do is that it would address certain very important aspects of ethical deliberations. Ethics, it deals with ethics as an academic discipline. It tries to understand ethics from different perspectives. First of all, it tries to see the different approaches to ethics like meta ethics, normative ethics, applied ethics, and moral psychology. We will discuss what these approaches are in detail in subsequent lectures. Then another very important focus of this course is the different ethical theoretical frameworks like deontologism of Immanuel Kant, then consequentialism or utilitarianism advocated by Jamri Bentham and J.S. Mill, and eudaimonistic ethics propagated by the Greek thinkers, and various other theoretical frameworks we will discuss, minor and major theoretical frameworks we will discuss as part of this course. And another important thing is we are also trying to do justice to the evolution, to trace the evolution of ethics as a discipline. So, we start our discussions from the Greek civilization, because it was the Greeks, it was in the Greek civilization the philosophically significant deliberations on ethics happened for the first time in the Western world. And we would also try to see some parallels between the Greek or the European contributions to ethics and also to the Indian approaches to ethics. But the major focus would be to the European contributions. And again we would see very briefly the applied aspect of ethics, which is not a major focus of this course. When we talk about ethics in today's world, we have to actually do some justice to that, how ethical principles and these deliberations and contemplations and these theoretical frameworks find an application in the present world. That is also very important. So, we will also do some analysis of applied ethics, and in that way we will see how ethics appears or ethics becomes relevant in the present world, because we know the complexities of the present world. So, this is roughly an overview of this course. We will be having around 20 lectures. Each lecture will be about 30 minutes or slightly more than that, and after each lecture the students who are taking up this course, who have enrolled in this course, are expected to do some exercises as assignment, and then later on there will be a final examination which they have to write. So, this is the way this course is planned. I hope all of you would enjoy this course, and we can also have some interactions, some discussions through the portal which NPTEL is going to provide, and let us learn together. I hope all of you would enjoy this. Thank you.